You are listening to the Earplug Podcast Network, a Fanboys Inc Production.
If you're passionate for what you love and you're serious about it, when you see our cameras at the show, then we want to talk about it. Fair weather fans need not apply. We seek nerds that are true.
The immovable object meets the instructable force this week on the Angrygeeks show. The one and only Kevin Crook from The Darkening, hanging out in the Geek Lair. What's going on, big brother? What are you doing?
I was going to introduce myself as Jeremy and just say that I let myself go really bad last couple of weeks. But yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have you been seeing his posts on Instagram?
I have.
Oh my Jesus! He was at the Action Figure Museum.
That I would. That's worth a trip.
I think we should go on. We should talk to DW and have the
Broadcast from the action figure
Yes,
museum.
that's. I mean, I would be in heaven there. I mean, it's no Geek Lair.
No.
But
still, there's probably some old stuff in there that you're never going to be able to find.
there are cereal boxes that I didn't even know existed that he was pointing out.
Huh.
I mean, it's like, what the heck is that? Anyway, we're going to take a 2-second break and we'll be right back with Kevin from The Darkening. And welcome back to the Geek Lair with the one and only Kevin Crook from The Darkening, our podcast brothers from the Earplug Podcast Network. Bro, we got to kill it. Tell everyone in public access TV land through the video scope, yeah, brother, about The Darkening and what you cats are all about.
So The Darkening started off as just a bunch of geeks hanging out, bunch of dorks. My wife calls me a dork all the time, so that's where it came from.
Well, you are.
And yeah, I'm proud of it. Dorks from the world. Well, geeks from the world. But anyways, we started off just on YouTube, and you know, we picked up some people along the way that were also on YouTube that were fans of the show, and well, just saying, and it kind of snowballed from there. We were just called The Darkening, no matter what the show was, for a long time. We recently changed our Tuesday show because it's more of a horror-based show. So it's the Wicked Horror Show. I have my Wicked Horror Show shirt on right now.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, whatever. I got to do it, right? We got a bunch of really good guys on that show. We have Yo-Yo from New England Comic Con Reviews. We got Tony Has Nine Fingers, and the human encyclopedia when it comes to horror movies. No, that would be the 13th Wolfman. All of them have their own respective channels on YouTube. So yeah, go check that stuff out. But we have live guests on Tuesday. You know, we'll have like a director.
Wait, they're a horror film, but you have live guests. Are they reanimated? Are they?
Some of them because their characters are dead in the movies they played. But
Doesn't most people die in horror movies anyway?
No.
Are
Well,
you
a lot of
sure?
people do. A lot of people do. It's not all.
Okay.
But yeah, we've people that are legends in our eyes. You know, maybe not so much to everyone else, but they're legends in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've names like Lloyd Kaufman, who's the creator of Trauma Entertainment. Like if it wasn't for Trauma, that's where James Gunn got his start. Was with Trauma. It's where Sam Jackson's first movie came out. You know, like it's the amount of people that Trauma has touched. And
For those of you who don't know Trauma, how do you pronounce it? Tomato. The Toxic Avenger.
Yep, Sergeant Kabuki Man.
Jinx.
Yeah. Matt and Trey from South Park started there, whatever. But anyways, that's just, we've had Barbara Crampton from Reanimator. We've had Sean Whalen. Scott Whalen is from Stone Temple Pilots. Sean Whalen from The People Under the Stairs.
Isn't he dead?
He is.
See? Everyone in a horror movie died.
But it's a really good time. It's a live show. Go to facebook.com/The Darkening, and there's a live show every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with a open chat room so you can interact with the guests and us. That's the most important thing, is us. That's not true. None of that is true, except for the guests are good, yeah. So that's that. And then Leo just started doing the Ultimate Video Game Show, which both of these shows are on the Earplug Podcast Network, along with the Angrygeeks. So yeah, go check it out. It's a good time. That's all.
Just as long-winded as Jeremy Courtney.
But hey,
moly!
I gotta sell it.
Jeez. Yeah,
I
gotta sell. You have to sell. I'm not a horror movie buff.
Yeah.
Okay, my vast of knowledge, as we all know, is either wrestling, martial arts movies, definitely comics and comic movies and cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Horror movies, it's kind of out of my realm. Where the hell did the sheet come from in Halloween? That's I want to know that. And we're gonna go back to Friday the 13th. We're getting way off topic here because I got questions I need to be answered my whole entire life. Jason.
Yeah.
Okay. Where the hell did the hockey mask come from? Because I always thought he wore a burlap sack over his head with one eye showing.
That was in the second movie.
Because I thought his face was like deformed.
It is.
Okay. Now, another question. He died?
Yeah.
Because he drowned in Crystal Lake, which is right in Stafford Springs, Connecticut, by the way. I drive by it every day. He drowned in the lake.
Mm-hmm. As a child.
As a child. And like you said, he comes back the size of Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Okay. How did that happen?
So
what protein did he eat to get that big? Because also, wasn't Jason mentally challenged?
Well, he was a... I don't know if he's mentally challenged, but he was like a special needs, like a deformed kid.
I was looking for the right term.
Yeah.
I was going to say Jeremy. But
yeah. Wasn't he Jeremy Courtney?
Was he? Okay. So go ahead.
No, and he was at this camp, and he was swimming, and the camp counselors were too busy hooking up with each other than paying attention.
I wasn't going to say that on television, but okay.
Well, I didn't say what they were. I just said they were hooking up.
Okay.
They could have been playing Magic together.
Bumping uglies.
Yeah.
No!
Well,
Go on.
So yeah, and then they make the assumption that he died. And in that first movie, you assume that it's Jason that's come back, but it's really the mother. Sorry to ruin it for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's been long enough.
Shut the front door! Wait, what?
It's the mom. You know that.
No, seriously, I don't.
Oh yeah, it's the mom.
Okay, the Friday the 13th movies.
Yeah.
To me, as a teenager, as a young adolescent, it was the only way for me to see boobs.
Yeah.
I can say that on television. That's the only way. I never paid attention to the story. I don't know what's going on. I know I can... Certain kills. Yes. I knew Jason shot an arrow because in Friday the 13th Part 3D, there was a shot where he shot the arrow came to the screen. That was in the trailer. I saw that. Friday the 13th one, Kevin Bacon was in it.
Yeah.
I know he gets
He
killed.
got a harpoon through, it went from under the bed, like, through his neck.
I thought, okay, well, I knew he got killed because Jason was underneath the bed. Okay, so that I know. At the end of Friday the 13th 1, I think, the girl dresses up as the mother?
No. The mom is the one doing the killing. They behead the mother at the end of the movie. And actually, here's something interesting. They behead the mother and you see these hands going like this.
Yeah.
I believe they're Tom Savini's hands.
Really?
They have hairy knuckles and everything because he did the makeup.
Okay.
And stuff. But yeah, it's a severed head and there's these hands coming up. I actually have a sweatshirt that has his mother's severed head on it right there. But yeah, because then...
So the mother's doing the killing?
Yeah, in the first one. And then the son comes back. So I don't know if it's made to like an assumption where he didn't die originally, and he was living out in the woods, kind of deal. And then so he has like this little like area where his mom's head is there with these candles and everything, kind of like.
Yeah, okay, I'm confused now. Because, no, seriously.
Welcome to my world.
No.
Welcome to my world. I love this stuff.
All right, wait a minute. Jason, it's the mother killing everyone.
In the first one.
But see, I never watched the whole movie all the way through.
Yeah.
I did see the end, and I saw the girl run in. I remember that the girl runs into the cabin because she sees the cabin. She's trying to run away. Then there was a cat or something to do, whatever. She runs into the cabin, puts the mother's sweatshirt on. Jason comes or sweater in.
And
Jason comes in and goes, "Jason, this is mother. This is the mother."
Right.
So then, how the hell is that the mother doing it? I don't get it.
Well, the mother was doing all the killing, and then when it was, she put the sweater on to pretend to be the mother because Jason was trying to get her. So she was tricking Jason because he's dumb.
Yes.
She was tricking Jason to be like, this is me, don't kill me. Yakety schmackety.
That's some dumbass stuff right there. Why?
I mean, it's not Shakespeare.
No, definitely
So
not.
so there's movies that I love that are horrible movies, but they have great kills.
You know what? We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back. We're going to forget our original topic. We're going to be right back.
Oh.
We're back with Kevin Crook from The Dorkening. We're going to talk more about horrors because he's going to school me. And then when I'm on their show, I start talking about wrestling, start talking about comics, and I won't shut up. I'm going to give him the platform. Teach me, sir. These are the horror movies. I'm going to give you the horror movies that I saw.
Sorry. Speak. Yep.
No, it's fine. I'm going to give you the horror movies that I saw. The Exorcist.
Yeah.
The original Friday the 13th. No, excuse me.
Some of that.
Some of that.
Yeah.
Some of that. The original Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
That movie made me scream.
Really?
Yeah. Now we'll get to
We were
that.
just talking about that because we had just last Tuesday we had the girl who played Alice in Elm Street 4 and 5 was our guest. On
Really?
the Wicked Horror
Well,
Show.
okay. The original Exorcist. That made me want to go to church the next day. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
Original Nightmare on Elm Street. I watched that with an old girlfriend. We both screamed watching it on HBO. Never seen it before.
Really?
Another horror movie that I saw all the way through.
Not too many, I guess. What about Evil Dead? What about Army of Darkness?
Yes. Oh, Army of Darkness. I can quote that movie back and
what,
forth,
though?
but that's not a horror movie.
I don't really consider it a horror movie
No,
either. It's in the genre because of the character, but...
Evil Dead, yes. Evil Dead 2, yes. Army of Darkness, to me, that's not a horror
No.
movie. That's an action adventure.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay? Groovy. And so that comes from, Hail to the King, baby.
Yeah.
That is from Army of Darkness. So I don't consider Army of Darkness as a horror movie.
It's the first one is more of a straight ahead horror. Second one is kind of campy horror.
Yeah.
Retells basically the same story as the first one. Army of Darkness goes a little bit even more into the campiness of it, but still has some really cool aspects to it, like some really cool kills and cool effects.
Okay, so I don't consider that horror.
No,
I don't consider...
It's not suspenseful. None of that.
Alien, Alien 2, Alien 3, Alien and Aliens, don't consider them horror. I don't consider Predator or Predator 2 or AVP horror. I don't consider them
more
horror.
action, like sci-fi action.
Correct. So those are off the board. Actual living horror movies. Devil, I saw that one.
Devil.
About the people in the elevator.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
That was pretty good. I like that. So Devil. Original Nightmare on Elm Street. The Exorcist.
Mm-hmm. What about Poltergeist?
Poltergeist, yep, I seen that all the way
still
through.
scares the crap out
Yeah,
of me.
I would consider that horror.
Oh yeah. What about Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Never seen it all.
That's my favorite horror movie of all time. The original from '74.
Really?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I have a Leatherface tattoo on my arm.
I've seen that. I've seen that before. I never seen it all the way through. Horror movies I never watched all the way through. Like Interview with a Vampire, I don't consider that a horror movie. Dracula, that's a love story. I don't consider that a horror movie. There's different movies. Hero and the Terror with Chuck Norris. Basically, that's Chuck Norris on our topic beating up Jason.
Yeah.
And then there's another movie just like it where he beat up the same guy. So no, I don't.
There's a lot that kind of will fall into that category. There's so many subgenres. I'm sure you can say the same thing with superheroes and comic books. There's so many subgenres of, there's a lot of horror movies that they're considered horror movies that are not scary. They're more fun. Mm-hmm. Peter Jackson, before he was doing Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, he was really low budget, independent horror, very different movies, really fun, not scary at all.
Wait, 2 movies scared the crap out of me as a kid. 2 movies, 2. Gargoyles, made for TV movie. I think that's where I saw it on TV. 3 movies now. Hold it. That scared the crap as a kid. Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. Not the remake with Katie Holmes, but the original one about the creatures living in the walls. That scared the crap out of me. That definitely. I used to sleep with a flashlight next to my bed because she was killing them with a little Kodak camera. Do you remember that movie?
I don't.
Oh my God, that scared the crap out of me. 3rd movie that scared the crap out of me. Don't know what it is. but it gave me nightmares constantly. Whenever it was on, because I was stupid, it would be on Channel 9 WRTV out of New Jersey. I would watch it, and I was like, why am I watching this? Because I know what's going to happen. Boom, I would have a nightmare. It was about these people on this train that get stuck in the ice, and there was monsters on the train, or zombies, and it scared the crap out of me. And children shouldn't play with dead things. That's a zombie movie that scared me as a kid. Anyway, tell me, what is your appeal on this? I need to be schooled now. Let's start talking to me about horror. How do you rate them? What about the kill point and stuff like this? I need to know. Tell me.
So with me, like, the stuff that I find enjoyable, it has to have... It's weird, because I like a lot of independent stuff that doesn't really have much of a story, but it's got really good gore, it's got really good kills, it's got a good baddie, you know. But at the same time, too, if it's a higher budget movie that's got that going on, I tend to not like it. Because it's like, you had a lot to play with here. Like, once you come up with a story and some good acting, you know. So I like micro budget all the way up to, like, extremely high budget. It's very rare that you see any high budget horror that's good nowadays. Very rare. I want to say the last one I saw was probably, whatchamacallit, the one that Jordan Peele did. Was it Get Out?
Didn't see it.
It was good. It was good.
Okay.
But movies like It Follows and The Witch, you know, those are high budget.
Somebody was saying about The Witch. What the heck is The Witch? Everyone, oh my God, I just watched The Witch. I just watched The Witch. And people saying they loved it, and you're saying you're an expert. You say you don't like it. I'm going to take it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm in the rarity there. I mean, I'm in the small percentage. Me and Wolfie, he was on the show, he didn't like it either. And we legit, there's directors that I'm a huge fan of that we're friends with because of the show that put comments like, if you don't understand The Witch, you have no idea anything about cinema. It was marketed incorrectly. It was made well. It looked great. It was marketed as a horror movie, and it really wasn't. It was a somewhat suspenseful period piece.
Okay, so in your eyes, what would market a horror movie? What in your eyes, how do you market a horror movie? What is the perfect horror movie? To you, what constitutes a movie as a horror film? Does it have to have blood and guts? Does it have to have kill?
No.
All right, so tell me.
So I mean, some these are bad examples, but some of these that I would say the scariest movies I've seen, movies that get me every time, I wouldn't necessarily keep them as a horror. They're more suspense, like Silence of the Lambs and Seven. Both of those movies get me every single time.
Well, see, to me, those aren't horror movies. Those are
They're
murder
suspense.
mysteries. They're suspense.
Yeah.
They're crime dramas.
Right.
Okay, so but you would consider them as horror.
Well, they're scarier than most horror that's out there. They've pulled it off better.
All right. Now, what would make them more scary is because it's realistic, because it could happen.
And that's why the horror that I'm more of a fan of, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, for example, that's something that could happen. And it's actually loosely based off of a true story.
That was my next question.
Right.
What can you tell me about that? Now, I as growing up, I'm a kid from the 70s, and I remember when that movie came out, people, oh my God, it's a true story, and that like freaked me out. Because in that time, when that movie came out, we were going through the Summer of Sam.
Yeah.
And you know, all like, oh my God, there's a guy out there killing women. Everyone's rushing out, wearing, women running out, buying different wigs because they were killing blondes or something like that. So, what was the basis of that story?
Here's one thing I thought was pretty interesting when I found this out. Because there are three movies that I enjoy, but they're all very different, and they're all based off of the same story. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
yes,
Psycho,
I saw Psycho all the way through,
and Silence of the Lambs are all based off the same person.
Okay.
They're all based off of Ed Gein.
Okay.
So basically what it is like they take little bits of his story, and then they just roll with it. So Ed Gein had like a lamp in his house with a lampshade that was human skin, right? So they take that and like, okay, this guy was a cannibal. He wore human skin. Blah blah blah. Let's make a family. Put him out in Texas, grabbing hitchhikers and whatever, So that's where they went with that. He would dress up and pretend to be his mother. So that's where they got Psycho from. And then kind of with the same thing, like there's that one scene in Silence of the Lambs where he's wearing someone else's face. And, he was also a very smart person. So that's where they got the whole Hannibal Lecter thing from.
Ed Gein is
Yeah.
his name. How did you hear about this guy? When did this happen?
This was a long time ago.
Exactly. I don't know. So
It was a long time ago. I mean, and to be honest with you, I didn't look into him until I found out that was what it was based off of. And I found out by the guy who played the hitchhiker in Texas Chainsaw. And when I met him at a convention, he told me all about it.
really,
Yeah.
see, one of the a line that just stuck in TV show Supernatural. I
Mhm.
used to think it was great when it first came out, and there was one of my favorite episodes, and I even remember the title of the episode was called The Benders,
Mm-hmm.
where Sam and Dean, the two title characters, for those of you who don't know Supernatural, they get trapped by these normal people, and Dean says, I can deal with ghosts, I can deal with demons, but real people are scary.
Mm-hmm.
So I can definitely see where things that could happen will be the scariest.
Right. And then it also goes back to your beliefs. So, like, if you're the kind of person like myself that believes that there's something paranormal out there, like that believes that there might be something.
I totally agree with
right,
that.
so-
I believe.
So like, you look at even movies like The Exorcist, movies like the Amityville Horror. Is that when you saw it too? Yeah,
So
that-
we'll talk about Emily. Okay.
And like then even more recently with The Conjuring and Annabelle and The Conjuring.
I saw The Conjuring.
Yeah. So those are, so even at the end of the first Conjuring, the Warrens say like, oh, we have to go. We have a thing up in upstate New York that we have to deal with, and that's the
Which
end
is the Annabelle Horror.
Yeah, Amityville Horror. So the fact that these people existed, they're real, and whatever your beliefs are, that's gonna make I thought like The Conjuring was a great movie. I thought The Conjuring 2 was even better. Well, actually, I go back and forth with that one, but The Conjuring 2 had some really cool parts to it. But yeah, stuff like that's scary to me too, because I do believe that there's something out there, because I've had experiences when I was a kid.
Well, this gets me to the point where earlier when we got on this topic, I talked to you about The Exorcist and how it made me go to church. I was born and raised Roman Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my parents, they used to go away a lot during the week because we used to go camping. We grew up in Norwalk, Connecticut. They used to get us kids out of the city, come up to Massachusetts, go camping. They had a trailer and stuff like that. I used to pull the trailer. As I got older and I got a job, I had a work weekend, so I couldn't go. So I was living, staying at home. Mom and Dad are going camping. All right. So one Saturday night, get out of work, bought myself a little pizza, a little bottle of soda. I'm going to come home. I'm going to watch The Exorcist
By yourself.
by myself.
How old were you?
16.
Okay.
All right.
But if you've never seen anything like that before.
Never seen anything like this before. Now, mind you, Roman Catholic, forced to go to church, went to CCD. I was confirmed. All kinds of stuff like that. All through the house. Pictures of the Pope,
Yeah.
Jesus, St. Mary, St. Anthony. Everywhere. My mom had them there. Okay? My grandmother, every time she hung up with God rest Grandma, she would always say, God bless you. Jesus loves you. Thank you, Grandma. What the heck? Okay, so now I come home. All my buddies had to work the late shift we all worked at Slop and Shop. Can't really say the name on television.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this movie. What's the big deal? So I sit down. I eat my little pizza that I had, and I'm watching the movie. I was scared to death. I did not go to sleep because you hear about stuff like this in the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So I woke up, rode my BMX bike all the way to St. Matthew's Church, which is the parish that we went to. 7:30 in the morning to go to church, and I was there. Now, usually, my parents would go away, and my mom would say, this is why I'm going downstairs instead of upstairs. My mom was like, make sure you go to church. Okay. I would wake up, ride my bike to the church, just go inside, take out the Sunday bulletin that you get after church, put it in my pocket, and go, Mom, I went to church, here's the bulletin. Not that Sunday, I was there.
Yeah.
That movie scared the crap out of me because it could happen.
Right.
It could
it's
happen.
based off of.
And that's why I live across the street from a church today.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the thing, is that there's going to be some, and you even talk to Ed Warren's passed, but if you talk to Lorraine Warren or anyone who's involved with that case, we were at Terracon, and they had one of the actual daughters that was part of the family from The Conjuring, and she's written books, and they had some of the paranormal investigators that were there for that, and obviously they changed things. But I mean, I've had experiences. I've dealt with a lot of I've gone places and had experiences in my adult life as well because
you have a paranormal.
Yeah, I'm part of a paranormal group. Very, very inactive, but we've got some really cool evidence that we've had that actually did pretty well. Like we would share it, people would try to debunk it, and they couldn't. So that's a I still have questions about this stuff, and basically part of the reason why I believe in it is because I don't want there to be nothing when I'm gone. I want there to be something else because that's terrifying to me. So. I don't want to be Jason, though. I can tell you that.
No.
Don't want to be Freddy. Don't want to be Leatherface. Well, Leatherface was a person.
Leatherface is cool.
Yeah, he was a person.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. That's all we have for this week. Time flies when you're having fun without Jeremy Courtney cutting in front of you and doing all kinds of stupid shenanigans. Where can they find The Dorkening, sir?
It's Facebook.com/TheDorkening. You can find our show, Wicked Horror Show, and the Ultimate Video Game Show. You can find those on the Earplug Podcast Network.
No way!
Along with this wonderful man right here.
You can find me on the Earplug Podcast Network. You know what? When you're at a con, usually lately, when we're there, they're there. Come up and say hi to Kevin. Kick Leo in the shins. And just say, hey, that was from Jeremy.
And push him down a flight of stairs and say that was from Kevin.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
This has been an Earplug Podcast presentation. Found on earplugpodcast.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, and wherever your favorite podcasts are found.